What I have here is the Swan single sideband solid state transceiver, the SS-10. Now, the story behind this is I bought this at Orlando Hamcation about 5-6 years ago, and I bought it at the same time I bought the high gain GT550, which I wish I never would have sold. I bought this for 50 bucks. Okay, this is, it came in 3 models, right? This unit here, well, yeah, this is the SS-10, right? Notice there's no amplifier on the back. Then you had the SS-100 and the SS-200A. And basically, you know, with the linear amp, they call it right here, in and out, you would basically pop, you know, mount the amplifier on the back. Basically, you bought the unit, and whatever you wanted it to be, if you wanted it to be a QRP or 15-watt radio, which this is, or you wanted this to be a 200-watt, you purchased additional accessories, which was the amplifier that went on the back. And this amplifier would go here, then you'd send the out into the amp, and then back in, or the you know, vice versa, in, out. You put the amp in line right there. If you don't have the amp, you jumper it like that. This is exactly how I got it. And we have not turned this on, okay? So when I said I bought this 5 years ago, this has sat, listen, this has sat on the floorboard of my F-250 diesel for the better part of that 5 years. I never took it out. I don't drive the diesel that much. It sat there. It was a footrest. You could see the shoe marks here. I said, you know, I'm going to get that thing working one day or see if it works. I have no idea. You're going to see in this video if it does work. I have bought another Cinch Jones connector. I got the inside piece, or the other piece on the inside of the house. I'm going to solder this onto a cable. Basically, 5-6 is positive, 3-4 is negative, 1-2 is speaker. You could use this, you know, with the power supply, the 120 to 12 volt power supply that Swan made with the speaker built in, like my Swan inside the shed. Or you could attach 12 volts to it and, you know, have an outboard speaker. Now, this says it will do 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10 meters at a whopping 15 watts. And if that's the case, I might be able to use my Siltronics 80 through 10 meter solid state amplifier by Siltronics. We could, you know, a couple 1446s or whatever is in it. We'll see if that works. But I have no idea if this works. You're going to see this on this video. The knobs seem to tune. Coarse adjust, fine adjust. Little play in the fine adjust, okay? See that? Split A and B. Pre-selector. On the bottom, it's got, here's your mic goes in, your mic gain. There's like hair on here. I don't know whose hair that is. Vox, you know, calibrate CW drive. So, and I'm guessing that you have normal operation. That would maybe be opposite or opposed. Maybe like upper sideband or lower sideband is what they would call it. And CW, right? Now, I want you guys to know something. I am not, under any circumstances, a professional in old radios like this. I am trying to utilize this hobby and increase my knowledge by going backwards in time. Everybody has a scope and a waterfall, and I do too. I have radios that have band scopes and touch screens and waterfalls. But I missed this part of the hobby, and I want to get into this part of the hobby. Although you've seen the Siltronics Comanche I had, the Swan 500CX, and that works. I got to restore those things. I need time. I have no time. Just now getting my tower up. I mean, hell, I just, there's a Cushcraft or a high gain HV4E vertical I haven't even got done tuning yet. It's sitting there. It's been sitting on the ground for a year since last Hamfest. And it's a 4-band vertical. I haven't had a chance to do that either. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to see if this thing powers on first. Okay? I'm going to wire this connector up real quick. And we're going to see if this thing powers up. If it doesn't, oh well. It's a piece of history you got to see on YouTube to learn about something maybe that I learned about, just telling you. If it does work, well, we're putting this bitch on the air. And we're going to do it with bad caps and whatever else is inside it. We're going to try to make contacts. You know, if I could learn anything about old radios, I've learned a lot about how Cinch Jones connectors, what they were for, why there's different jumps and, you know, different voltages going in pins and out pins. So we're going to fire this thing up and see if, before I even attach a speaker wire, we're going to see if this thing powers up. These little Duracom power supplies, AC to DC, comes with a little connector here. I had a closet full of these and offered them for sale for 60, 80 bucks. Nobody wanted them, but I got rid of a lot of them in trades. Got a couple left. 13.8 volt, 13 amps. So these are like what I use for testing stuff like this instead of wiring it to a bioenno. So we're going to plug this in and you're going to see if this thing works. If it doesn't work, I don't care. I made a good video. All right. Duracom is on. Plug this in the back. Okay. So what that says is I do not have any smoke coming out of this connector yet, so we have a chance. Here we go. 1, 2. All right, wait. Let me tell you something. Let's delay this a little bit. No, I'm kidding. 1, 2. Holy shit, it works. Look at that, it works. Needle's at 5, but okay. I guess it's time to hook up the speaker, huh? Because that needle is sitting there. Nope. All right, it moves a little bit. All right, let's hook up the speaker. We got a radio that works. Is there supposed to be a light behind here? I don't know. Light behind here works. All right, let's hook up the speaker to it.
Kind of how I look at it. So, you know, good. That's a good thing to have around there. You know, when you're working on something, trying to design something there. Yeah, and yeah, I was gonna say the SB-220. I was trying to think. I think it runs on low power. I think plate open is around 2300 on it, and then high power it's around 3100 if I remember correctly. So you know, that's about right for 2 3Z 500s there, or 3500Zs rather. So you know,
damn thing works.
Pretty good there.
It's been a footrest for 4 years. Now, when I say it works, it does go into transmit, but I think this mic is not wired correctly because nothing, when I put it on the meter, nothing's coming out, or it's not going into transmit at all because I had my 705 over there listening on the same frequency and it's not even giving a carrier or nothing. So I got to figure that out. But at the most part,
you end up flat topping and splattering all over the place there. Yeah, that's one thing you see on the band, particularly with some of these solid state amplifiers. The LD MOS amplifiers are about the worst for that.
oh, and this knob, I gotta tighten it up. So that loosened up. So I'm using the coarse. Also, you know your radio's working when you can go to FT8. That's ready. Sounds like FT8 to me. So, if I go to 15 meters, now I don't have the antenna tuned for that, but so that would be probably I don't have the antenna tuned for that. I can't key a carrier in here, so I gotta disconnect it, hook it up to the 705, key into it, let the auto tuner tune, and then I can put it on here. But for the most part, it's on 20, and for the most part,
the call time. Okay. Well, it sounds good. As I said, I'm running 1500 watts 5 elements monoband Xiegu on this side. And the band's still working good on 20, so we'll see how long it will act. Enjoy the Peter 73 together.
I don't think this works either. Noise blanker, I'm not sure.
God, 73, I'm CR51 in my connection.
051 Delta X-ray. So anyways, it's working, folks. This old Turner Plus 2 needs to be cleaned up. But I learned a couple things. Swan radios so far. Got the one down there. Got the one in the garage. Got this one. Yes, the RV is turning into Ham Radio Shack again. It was supposed to be sold, and that fell through. So Swan radios seem to be bulletproof, man. That's number one. Number two, I got to take this apart, see what kind of condition I have inside. And number three, I need to look at the mic pinout and make sure that, you know, just because I hear a relay going doesn't mean that it's working. If you know anything about this radio, this SS-15, let me know. Let me know, and I hope you found this interesting. I'm going to take this to QRP one day, not the... Who needs a Xiegu X90 or an ICOM 705? I'll take this bad bitch, man. 7.3. And there's slow scan TV on 14.230, which is right there on the meter. There's a SSTV. Now again, you would think that S meter would be up there, but I don't know. More on the way. 7.3.